Hey guys, today I'm going to bring you a vlog type video where I'm going to go through musician tag, and yes, I am sitting on the floor because my camera hates me and I can't record a video longer than maybe like 4 minutes without the battery just going completely dead. I've tried to record this video like 3 or 4 times now and the battery's just died on me, so I have it charging and I'm just gonna go do it like this. So the first question is, which bands, artists do you own the most albums by? I don't really have any albums, physical albums anymore. Who buys albums anymore really? I think when I was younger, Opeth and Cradle of Filth I had the most albums by. I think I had every Opeth album up until Ghost Reveries, including Ghost Reveries as well. Absolutely obsessed with them when I was a teenager, and I still listen to them now. They're a great band, really good progressive rock metal band. Definitely check them out. So the next question is, what was the last song you listened to? I'll see what my Spotify has to say, 'cause I basically listen to all my music on Spotify, to be honest. This says that I'm halfway through listening to Dry Bone Valley by Mastodon, so I guess that counts. Mastodon, really great band. They sound kind of like a heavier version of Queens of Stone Age. I don't know if anyone else hears that. That's what they sound like to me. I know the lead singer from Queens of Stone Age has done some guest vocals on some of their songs as well, so that might be where I'm getting the idea from. Dry Bone Valley is from the Hunter album. Definitely check it out. Great band, really interesting music, a mixture of kind of southern rock mixed with progressive metal. They're great. If you haven't heard them, definitely check them out. So the third question is, what's in your CD player right now? Don't have a CD player. Spotify, again, the closest thing I can go with is what's in my next section, and it's the Hunter album by Mastodon, the same album with Dry Bone Valley. Great album, not as good as their earlier albums in my opinion, but still very good. Title track actually, The Hunter, is probably one of the best songs on the album, so check it out. Next question is, what was the last show you attended? So I seen Muse about a month and a week or 2 ago. They were playing in the Tree Arena in Dublin, and they were fantastic. They had inflatable drones flying around the stadium. They had a really good light show. If anyone has seen Muse, you know they put on a great show. They don't do too much interacting with the crowd, which is a pity, but that's the only thing I can really say bad against any of their shows. They're just a great live band. What was the greatest show you've ever been to? Probably Muse again. Boring answers, I know, everyone knows how great Muse are. But their show that I went to in 2009 in the O2, I think it was at the time, it's now the Tree Arena. It was just fantastic. Their setup was brilliant. They were doing the Resistance tour and they had these podiums that moved up and down. It was great. And the music was brilliant. If you know Muse, their music is fantastic. So next question is, what's the worst show you've ever been to? I don't think there's ever been like a bad show I've been to, in terms of music anyway. Never any major mistakes by bands or technical difficulties. I went to see Bull from Valentine a couple of months ago, and the only reason I could say that was maybe the worst I've been to was because it turned out we were in the seated area and I thought we were in the standing area. So me and my friend were queuing outside the standing area for maybe like a half an hour until we were eventually told, no guys, you're going up to the seated area. Initially it was terrible. We thought, oh, this show's going to be ruined for us, but we were right next to the bar, and by the end of the gig it was great anyway. Everyone was standing up in the seated area anyway, so it turned out to be still a pretty good gig. Next question is, what was the most musically involved you've ever been? I guess doing this YouTube stuff. I have been in a few bands before, small bands like hometown bands and stuff, playing gigs around pubs and stuff, mainly doing cover songs. Never heavy music, just really rock, classic rock music, a bit of blues music, Led Zeppelin, Leonard Skinner, Rory Gallagher, bands like that. It was good. We made maybe €50 any gig we played and maybe a free drink, but it felt like we made it in some weird way at the time. It was pretty cool. So next question is, what show are you looking forward to? I'm going to Rory Gallagher Festival in Ballyshannon, Donegal in about 2 weeks time. I've been there twice before, I think, but it's essentially just a weekend where a lot of bands from around the country come together and they play Roy Gallagher tribute music, and they play other bands from that era, like classic rock bands like Led Zeppelin and bands like that. For any of you who don't know Roy Gallagher, definitely check him out. He's like Ireland's answer to Jimi Hendrix, I guess. Really good blues rock musician. Does a bit of jazz style to him as well, a bit of southern blues as well. Fantastic, definitely check him out. Bullfrog Blues or Shadow Play are great songs to get introduced to him. So the next question is, and I've just noticed it goes 8 and then 10, so I don't know if I have the right list here, but anyway, I'm gonna go with it. What is your favourite band shirt? I don't really wear band shirts that much anymore. I had a hymn t-shirt. It was your traditional like hardgram kind of logo. Really liked it. It's a really nice logo. It's probably one of my favourite logos by a band ever. But I don't really wear it anymore. Looks kind of weird, 23-year-old guy wearing a hardgram logo that's associated with a band that essentially does music for 15-year-old teenage girls. But whatever, I loved them at the time. It's still a really cool shirt, but I don't think I get away with wearing it anymore. So next question is, what musician would you like to hang out with for a day? I think my answer would be Marilyn Manson, just because he's such a smart guy. He really says a lot of important stuff. He doesn't just typically write, your love songs. No, he actually writes about important topics, questioning religion, like Catholicism. But he has a lot more to say on top of that as well. He has a lot to say about politics, and a lot of what he sings and writes about resonates with me personally. So I definitely like to spend time with him, just pick his brain about certain topics. So next question is, who is one musician or group you wish would make a comeback? I can't really think of anyone right now. I thought System of a Down, but it turns out they're back together now. They just haven't been touring around Ireland that I know of anyway. Maybe they have, I just missed it. But System of a Down are a great band, and when I initially heard they broke up, I was kind of upset that I never got to see them live. But apparently they're back together now, so maybe I will get to see them in the future. The next question kind of follows on from that. Who's one band artist you never seen live but always wanted to? System of a Down, like I said. Marilyn Manson as well. I've never seen Marilyn Manson live. I'd ideally like to have seen him back when he was doing his Antichrist Superstar and Hollywood type albums, because they're my favourite albums by him. I think they're probably objectively his best albums too, and a lot of the music there, like I said previously, really resonates with me. Some of his newer stuff is good, a lot of it is not so great, so I don't know if I'd really want to see him as much now, but yeah, maybe. I guess if he plays a lot from the Antichrist Superstar album, I'd be pretty happy. Name 4 or more flawless albums. I don't know if any album I've listened to has ever been like flawless. There's been albums that I really, really like. The more common question I hear is like, what albums would you take to an island with you? And you just couldn't listen to anything but those albums. And for that, I guess Crack the Sky by Mastodon is fantastic. It's just a masterpiece of an album. It's probably as close to like a perfect album that I've ever heard. Another great album is Deliverance or Blackwater Park by Opeth, like either one really. I know Blackwater Park is a lot more popular by the majority of fans of Opeth, but I personally think Deliverance is probably a bit better than that. I think some of the songs in Deliverance are just masterpieces, so I guess that would be another album. An album that's maybe not a masterpiece, but just had a big impact on me in terms of like wanting to learn to play guitar, wanting to learn how to play lead guitar, solos, shredding, sweep picking, all that stuff, was the Follow the Reaper album by Children of Bodom. Don't really listen to them as much anymore, but I know that album was the one I've heard that made me think like I want to be able to do all the shredding stuff. I want to be able to do sweep picking, I want to be able to do fast alternate picking. It really inspired me. And then a fourth album, I guess, Antichrist Superstar by Marilyn Manson, just fantastic album. A lot going on musically and lyrically, even though I've never been overly big into lyrics with bands. This is one of the few albums that I really have just sat down and listened to what he's trying to say. It's a really great concept album as well if you're into kind of concept albums. Oh, and I'll just cheat. An extra one, I guess, is Damnation on a Day, Cradle of Filth. Another great album, another great concept album as well. And even just the artwork associated with the album is just so cool. Great one, you should definitely listen to it. How many music-related videos, DVDs do you own? I know I have a live one by Arch Enemy, I think it's a Live in Tokyo DVD. I have Case Written Years by Children of Bodom. I have Peace True Superior Firepower by Cradle of Filth. That was a great DVD. I watched that so many times when I was younger. The Dimmu Borgir albums, I can't even remember the name of it, but it was basically a making of. Used to love that band. I used to watch that DVD a lot. Don't listen to them as much anymore. They're still a good band, but just, I guess, not my style anymore. Next question is, how many concert shows have you been to in total? That's a hard one. I've been to quite a lot of concerts. I've been to Muse 3 times. I've been to Children of Bodom. I've been to Slipknot. I've been to Bullet for Valentine. I've been to Biffy Clyro. Great show actually. The Coronas. I've been to Florence and the Machine twice. Snow Patrol actually. They actually did a really good show. I really don't like their music, but they did a really good live show, to be fair to them. There's definitely bands I'm forgetting. Avenged Sevenfold, I went to see them like about 2 years ago, maybe more now, but I only got to see like half the gig because I had been travelling from university to see the concert. I had exams the same day as the concert, so the exams were over in the evening and I had to travel one end of the country to the other to see them, so we missed like half their set. We only got to see like maybe an hour of them. It was still fantastic, still great to see Avenged Sevenfold because if it was not obvious from my covers, I absolutely love that band. So yeah, that's another concert I've been to. Can't really think of any more right now, but there's definitely been a lot more, I guess, just not as memorable. Who have you seen the most live? Muse, I've seen Muse 3 times, like I said, and then probably Florence and the Machine I've seen twice. I think it's twice anyway. So probably not the sort of bands you would think of when you look at my channel, but yeah, they're the sort of bands that come to a small country like Ireland, so you get to see them more often. If I had my way, it would probably be someone like Avenged Sevenfold or Mastodon, but they just don't come as much. Next question is, what is your favourite movie soundtrack? I think probably Drive. I hope everyone has seen that film because it's fantastic. It has a real 80s synth pop kind of vibe to it. Some really great songs on it. I think the standout one is Night Call by Kavinsky, I think it is. And that song is it's just hard not to fall in love with that film when you hear that song playing over the opening credits. Just watch the film, listen to that song, just do it now, like literally right now. What was your last musical phase before you wisened up? There was a stage when I was like 13 to like 15 where I was into my real like black metal from the deepest snowy regions of Norway or something. I can still appreciate some of that music. It doesn't appeal to me really anymore, but yeah, some of the bands I still listen to. Like, I still listen to Cradle of Filth, but really all the other bands like Emperor, Burzum and all those, I don't really listen to them anymore. What's your guilty pleasure that you hate to admit? Like, I don't really have a guilty pleasure, like I don't really like that phrase. You shouldn't really be ashamed of any music you listen to. You get so much hatred for like the heavier type of music that I guess at this stage I'm not really ashamed in admitting I like any music. In terms of songs that I initially didn't really like, I thought they were just a bit sellout or a bit cheesy. Paramore's new album, I can think of Still Into You. That song was just too poppy for even Paramore of all bands that I really just could not stomach it when I first heard it. But then, I don't know, it just came on one time on a playlist and I just really got into it. I actually really like the song now. It's just such a teenage girl jump around your bedroom like sing along kind of song, but I don't know, it's good, it's catchy. That's about as close to a guilty pleasure that I have, I think. So yeah, that was the musician tag. Thanks to Kat Turner for tagging me and getting me to finally do a vlog type video. Most nervous thing I've ever done. I'm going to link her channel up in an annotation somewhere there-ish, and I'll link her in the description. She does really good like cover songs, she does really good originals. Definitely not anything like this music I do, just to be warned, but it's fantastic. Like, she's a really good singer and really good piano player as well. So definitely check her out. Go over, subscribe. So that's it, guys. If you want to see more vlogs by me, why would you? But if you do, just let me know and maybe give me a topic, another tag type video maybe, and I'll eventually do another one, I guess. I'm hoping to get more covers out soon, and they won't be Mastodon ones this time, I swear. Hopefully you'll see some coming soon.